everyone, welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I am the sixth criminal to also have a bomb implanted in my neck by that bitch Amanda Wallace, Dooby-Doo.
And I'm that lovable, squeezable, plus-sized elf, Sobroni.
And welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb, not your waifu, because your waifu can take her deer antlers off, and that's weird.
Yeah, freaky.
What's going on, Oni?
I'm doing well. What's going on with you, Drew?
I'm not. So, anyways, we're gonna start the episode. Like, I can't even get into it because it's too late. We have too much to do.
Yeah, it's a long episode.
I'm trying to literally finish this episode before I have to go and poop myself. Like, yeah. So without any further ado, we're gonna start off this episode as always with our new segment, This Week in Anime. I'm gonna get this out of the way real quick, even though I feel like I said this already. I thought it was already announced. Tell me if this is not like the case. Did we discuss that Omniscient Reader is getting an anime?
I feel like we definitely discussed that. We brought up Omniscient Reader before for something.
I think it was like in relation to if it wasn't for the anime announcement, it was definitely in relation to what's that other anime we watched?
Solo Leveling.
Solo Leveling, yes, because they are often compared. Because yeah, there are definitely some similarities, except well, I guess you'll see because I guess they made another article about it because Crunchyroll announced the anime at its industry panel, Anime Expo, and they give like a whole visual, which I'm like, okay, I don't know. Am I supposed to be inspired by this visual? No shade, because like the visual is just like what I read from the manhwa.
I mean, what else do you expect them to do? Some complete original script or something?
No, I expect literal art from, I don't know, the pending anime. From the actual anime.
It's literally just a picture from the manhwa?
It literally is.
I thought you meant like they just redid it, but like in the anime or something.
No, this is literally in the same art style and everything. Hold on, let me send you a picture. This is literally what it looks like in the manhwa. So that's why I'm like, what do you mean you revealed the visual? Did you reveal a visual that I could see when I read it?
God, this looks like it's gonna be so uninteresting to me. This looks like the cover for a yaoi by Shonen Dojin.
Baby, that made me want to read it even more. And it's so funny you say that because I would argue that I think this might be the better of the two compared to Solo Leveling, because I don't know. It's an interest. The premise is very interesting. It does get formulaic, like very much formulaic, like Tower God or why am I forgetting the name of the show? Can you say it again for me, please?
Solo Leveling?
Solo Leveling, yeah, that girl.
God, you hate Solo Leveling.
I don't. It had great action. I'm a fan ish, but also I just like the main character more. He just seems more interesting.
Is it just me, or do all the manhwa main characters look the same?
Oh yeah, no, it's giving copy and paste. But however, his personality is there. Like if they keep it to the manhwa, it's very different from Old Boy, because Old Boy was just like tofu.
Yeah.
And this dude is, yeah, it's gonna be something. It's so funny because at first look of it, like I understand you saying like, oh my god, this looks boring as fuck. or so generic. And I'm like, I get that, but it's actually very interesting for various reasons. So that being said, I don't even know how far they're gonna go up to. They talk about how they give a little description. Dokja was an average office worker whose sole interest was reading his favorite web novel, Three Ways to Survive the Apocalypse. But the novel suddenly becomes reality, and he is the only person who knows how the world will end. Armed with this realization, Dokja uses his understanding to change the course of the story and the world as he knows it.
Cool. I'm sure we're gonna cover it on the podcast for sure.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will lower right to the nail for this one because I actually enjoy the manhwa a lot. It's gotten to a point where it's like so fucking meta. It feels like it's gotten to a point where I'm at. It feels I'm like, is this FGO? Like, very very interesting. So yeah, that's my news.
Okay. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard by now, but just in case for those of you who haven't, Viz has acquired Ruby after Rooster Teeth has gone out of business. I always suspected that Ruby would be immediately picked up by somebody, so it's good to know that Viz Media acquired the rights. They announced it during their panel at Anime Expo. They haven't said what their plans are with the series yet, although they did hint at continuing the series rather than rebooting it, which is interesting. And Viz has also been responsible for publishing the manga for Ruby, so they actually do have a hand in the franchise. They're familiar with it. And from what I heard, they brought in a lot of the creators and stuff behind the show when it was with Rooster Teeth. So it looks like they're just going to pick it up where it left off, and we're going to collaborate with the people behind it to make sure it retains the same continuity and vision. That's good news for all the fans, I think, as opposed to a, like, let's fucking flush it down the toilet and reboot it. Especially because it's like 10 seasons in already.
Agreed. I'm sorry. Just to be clear, this is only for like the original or also in the anime as well?
It's all of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what they're gonna do with the anime. That might have just been a one-off, but definitely, the article specifies that Viz does have the rights to the anime as well. So
interesting. I mean, I guess it could just be a byproduct because I'm just like, Viz Media. I'm like, yeah, aren't you an anime girl?
Mm-hmm. They do the manga, so maybe we'll see more.
Right. That's what I was thinking because I'm like, oh, I guess that makes sense. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that Rooster Teeth shut down only like a few months ago. Because when you said that it was immediately picked up, in my mind I'm like, oh wow, was it immediately picked up? Wasn't it like last year? And I was like, nope, it was in like March.
March or April, yeah.
Yep, it was in March. So I was incorrect. But yeah, all right. So that's the end of our news, and it's time for our weekly reviews. And we're gonna start off by just sending off all of our leftover anime. We're gonna start with Slime. Oh, excuse me, season 3, episode 13.
AKA C-SPAN the anime.
See that? I mean, let's see. I'm trying to remember anything that I written down. Usually just like, like cute little like points. But without the context, I was like, girl, what was that? What was that smoking?
There was
except for trainees, the whole thing with the labyrinth thing, yeah.
They showed the queen of like the forest, which was really, she had a little cute relationship with that one guy.
Which guy?
The blonde guy whose name I don't remember because there's like a bajillion characters that are minor characters in
Mm-hmm.
Slime. I just forget his name.
Okay. Well, you don't know the name. I don't even know. I'm still like, where is this? I'm just like, why do I not remember this queen character? You said she's queen
The
of the
queen,
forest.
I guess so. She has silver hair. She was like the entire 13th episode was about her.
I did. Do you, bitch? If you knew what I've been through this whole week, do you think I am thinking about? Do you think my brain could process from last week or the week before? Excuse me.
Listen, even if my brain could process it, I'm just gonna be honest with slime in general. This season felt like a gigantic filler arc, and that's being
Yeah, I if I wasn't being generous, I would say it would be low key a waste of time.
But that's the thing. I feel like, in a way, this is kind of worse than, um, what was that other show that we really Log Horizon, when Log Horizon had like their shitty season? Because at least
Yeah,
Log Horizon shitty season was like bad, but at least it was like somewhat entertaining bad. Like it had bad animation and fights were bad, but it was like entertainingly bad. Slime has just literally been, I swear to God, I've never seen this. Is like endless 8 level of like, this is insane, because every single episode has just been people sitting down and talking for
about
30
shit.
minutes.
Yeah, that's all they do. And
Every
while some of it's really
episode.
cute, while some of it's cute, all of it is just like no shade to trainee. It was cute. It also could have been solved in like 5 minutes.
This is like the epitome of show don't tell. Like whatever the opposite of show, tell and tell and tell and tell and never show. Just tell forever. Like I don't need to know how the plumbing in fucking Rimuru's city works. All right, just skip that part next time.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, no, it was wait, who is Remedies?
Um, isn't that one of the beast people?
Ah, yes, they wanted to move, and then that's what happened, and then they're like, "Oh, you guys can just move up," and it's like, that's cute. I don't need to see a whole episode about it. Y'all can literally just say on the back end, "Oh yeah," and then dude, Triani, like this could have all been handled in a flashback.
Half of this season could have been handled in like a flashback.
Bitch, okay.
Or like a montage of like
yes.
just carefully selected lines from each episode.
Not me looking up the characters. Just being like,
I started to do that, but then I'm like, there's a billion. I'm not gonna waste my time looking through them.
Oh shit, Remedies is who I was thinking when I said trainee. Oh,
Trainee's the fairy. Oh no, Trainee's the
no, she's the dryad.
Dryad, yeah.
Yeah.
God, what happened to Slime? Go back to season 1.
Right, I just miss where you were just a slime and trying to eat people. No, I don't want to watch the monster version of Civilization.
It's gotten too bloated, I think. The cast is ridiculously bloated. The plot is ridiculously bloated in terms of like the geopolitical situation that they constantly talk about. Just a bunch of different plot lines are all over the place. I feel like
they don't do anything in the plot lines.
Exactly. Like, there's like a bunch of plot lines that don't go anywhere because the characters.
Like I like Game of Thrones because their conversations had like depths behind them. Like, oh shit, this means this is gonna happen, as opposed to like the same 5 people talking in circles like, now we're gonna do the
yeah, because the conversations in the Game of Thrones actually had like ramifications and were like about characters that are like conniving and, you know, planning against each other and stuff. And this, it's just like conversations about building a fucking arena and how many seats are they gonna have and who makes the popcorn.
No,
literally who. That was the part that I think that's why I lost my mind when they started talking about making sweets, like who's gonna make the cookies and stuff. Like, this is not relevant. Making sweets and cookies is not relevant to the plot, I guarantee. Or maybe it is. Maybe in 10 chapters from now, the fucking concession stand guy is actually reincarnated dude and he's plotting against Rimuru.
Oh no, but just like, do the talking, then cut to where an action happens that's relevant to the plot. Back to talking. Like,
I'm trying to figure out this woman's name because I don't want to pretend she was just a fever dream I was having.
Who?
The queen.
The queen. No, I feel like I. Oh, it's coming back! 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 She's a queen. I think isn't she a queen of like, I don't want to say the elf nation.
She was in a tree, so I just said forest. You know, trees, elves, forests.
I don't know. Was she an elf?
I don't remember.
Was she an elf? Am I being a racist? I don't know.
What, do you think everyone who lives in a tree in a forest is an elf, Drew? Come
on. Oh, well, I was right.
She's an elf?
Yeah. The Emperor of Sorcerer's Dynasty Sarion and a high elf.
There you go.
There you
now
go.
Elves have beef with Rimuru.
Oh, she didn't seem like it was. Well, she's gonna, what's gonna happen. And this is one thing where it could have been cooler. She could like do magic to sabotage everything, But it's just supposed to be. This is my problem. You're trying to make a Game of Thrones in a slice of life anime, and it
That's a good point. Yeah.
And it just does not. It doesn't mix well sometimes. You see how y'all did it last season because y'all left the slice of life on the wayside. That was good, and you guys needed to keep that momentum.
Yeah, like when they did the whole thing with the demon lords and that was cool.
Like, even at the beginning, could have just slowly built up. Even with all the slice of life shit, I was fine with that. I was like, oh, it's taking a while, but it's whatchamacallit. It's slime, so I'm used to it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is different. Either it's different or my patience has run out.
No, it's different because I was also being like, listen, I know it's slime. I'm gonna give it like 4 or 5 episodes to do its little slow build up thing. But it's literally been 13 episodes of just people talking. So
yeah, minus 1, maybe 2 episodes of like
fighting. Yeah.
Right, which, of course, was just stopped in like 5 seconds. So, yep. So, which is one of the reasons why we were just leaving it right here.
Let us know if it gets better, I guess. Maybe I'll like jump to episode. That's the other thing. I feel like if it does get better and people are like, wait, you should have waited to episode 21. I literally could just jump to episode 21 and feel like I don't miss anything. Because it's like...
You should have waited till episode 21. I'm like, you mean just watch episode 21?
Yeah, like just skip all of season 3 and start episode 21. And you somehow don't miss anything.
So I guess we're gonna rate it.
Man, so it's just rating season 3, right?
I mean, yeah, we can't rate the whole series.
Okay.
Or do we? Because I'm like, we didn't even finish it. But I guess that hasn't stopped us from before.
First half of season 3.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 6. Because, like I said...
First off, you rating it higher than Blue Archive is wild.
Didn't I give it a 6? I also gave it a 6.
Well, rating it the 6... I think you Blue Archive was a 5. Or 5.5, I forget.
I definitely gave it above end. I'm pretty sure I gave it like a 6. I'm almost positive. And no shade, not you using Blue Archive to be, girl.
Listen,
gun to my head, I'm still watching Slime. I'm still watching.
Oh, that's cap, and you know it.
I may have
more action in Blue Archive than it was.
Yes, and it was generic and put me to sleep half the time. Anyways. Like there was no bad. I'd rather the and I would say the only edge this has over Blue Archive is because I know the characters. So I'm like, I can watch these characters I know and love do do nothing and be more entertained by that than Blue Archive characters who do nothing but shoot Nerf guns at each other. So yeah, I still said what I said. I like I said, I'm giving this a 6 for literally just that for like what we just said. Yeah, I feel like I don't need to repeat myself.
I'm giving it a 4. It was boring as hell. I'm sorry. I can't pretend it wasn't boring. Like, I like the political intrigue. Like, I love political intrigue, but it has to be substantive political intrigue that's like interesting and builds to other things. And I swear to God, 90% of the dialogue in this season has just been nothing but filler. It is just like, Rimuru, what's your favorite snack? Oh, let's talk about it for 20 minutes. Oh, let's talk about how I make alcohol for 20 minutes. Like, it's all just fluff and filler. And I don't know why they made this season or made it this long. There's no reason why this season had to be 24 episodes. No reason at all.
You know why.
I guess, but still, it's a tragedy. It is a tragedy. There's so many other shows that are so much better that are stuck with like severe restraints and only have like 12 episodes or 10 episodes. And Slime is over here just wasting 24 episodes on fucking nothing.
Yep. Yeah. All right, moving on to Merchant Meets the Wise Wolf, Spice and Wolf. I didn't watch. God, what is that episode?
14.
14?
I didn't either. I watched 13.
Did I watch 13? I'm not sure I watched 13 either.
It's the one where Holo gets sick.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch it.
So it's funny because even though we're dropping this show, it kind of ends on a positive note for me because this is the one episode that Lawrence finally
I knew I was like I finally, knew he's gonna be the episode that he does
finally does something good and is useful to Holo for once. Basically, they get drunk and they're drinking with Nora, and Holo gets jealous and she stops paying attention to, she's brooding in her jealousy, and then gets tipsy and sick and collapses. And then the whole episode is just like her. It was almost like a recap episode because the whole episode is just like her re-explaining why she's so interested in Lawrence, but from like her point of view, but like recapping their adventures from her point of view and why she likes him, while Lawrence is running around like trying to figure out how to heal her up.
Oh God, this sounds like the perfect episode for me to miss.
Yeah, it was basically just the whole episode was just Holo in bed thinking about the past adventures that they've had.
Ooh. And bullet dodge.
It was good because Lawrence was like actually being caring. Like he was like, I read all these books on different ways to treat people, and I didn't know if I should treat you like a wolf or treat you like a human. So I made all these different meals for you, and I diluted this so it doesn't get you too drunk. So he was like being the doting, caring husband, which was really nice and cute. And then they were just like cuddling together at the end. I'm like, oh, finally a Lawrence moment. That's all I wanted. It didn't have to be him being a super genius or like outshining Holo. Just him doing something was all I wanted.
And I'm glad you got it, friend.
Yes. Now I can drop the show in peace.
Yes. Amen. I guess are you gonna rate this too?
Yeah. This I'll give it a 6. It's a bit unfair. I'll give it a 7. The dialogue is good. I think the dialogue is good. The writing is good. Of course, I love the premise. There's not enough economic shows out there. I love economics. My big
sorry, you said there's not enough economic shows.
There's not enough economic shows, guys. We need more economics.
Jesus. Nerd.
Where's my medieval economics? But yeah, the big thing for me was just I didn't like Lawrence. He kind of brought down the
Not
show for me.
I'm screaming. I'm screaming. You are a Lawrence hater to the bitter end, and I kind of live. I shout out to, at least you are consistent.
He didn't until that last episode. He didn't really do anything
To the
for
better,
me. To the
bitter end.
But also, it was just like Spice and Wolf is a casual watch, but it's hard to watch on a podcast, and it's hard to like amp yourself up for it because it's so mellow and it's so like just about a wolf and a merchant chilling together. So, am I gonna remember this show like a year from now? Probably not. I'll probably remember the original because I need to go back and rewatch the original because I feel like the original is so much better. Might just be nostalgia speaking.
Right, you let me know, because if if you try to gaslight me into watching it, that I use that word incorrectly. That's not how gaslighting works. But if you trick me into watching it, knowing it's not good, I'm gonna fight you.
I think the strong suit of the show was the dialogue and the characters besides Lawrence. True, what do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna give it an shit. I think I'm going to give it a 7.5. I wanted to give it an 8, but I'm just like, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I feel like, excuse me, I feel like in a show about economics, I feel like they had a way to make it interesting without, I don't know, always putting the characters in situations where Hollow has to do all the lifting.
Oh,
Yes, I know. That's why I said I can't remember how to say this. Because it doesn't make, and it's not. I'm not saying Lawrence is the difference between me and Oni. I'm not saying Lawrence is like a blundering idiot. No, it's just Hollow just happens to have great ear hearing to a point where she can be a lie detector, where she can hear shifts in weight, where she can tell when you're about to die, when she can also turn into a wolf and kill everybody. they made someone with like a billion like superpowers into one cute wolf girl. So of course Lawrence isn't gonna have enough time to do much, which I recognize that. I don't know why I only didn't recognize that, but I recognize that, and I didn't hold it much against him. I just think they could have maybe not thrown them into things where they have to run or else they're gonna get beaten to death, or they have to run because they're also about to get killed. Yeah, I feel like they kind of did that 2 times over, and I'm just like, I rather where it was just like, okay, Lawrence could just be one where Lawrence teaches Hollow something about trade, which he does like here and there for sure, but like at a moment where it, where it shifts and does something. Like Lauren did the best with the way he was written, so it's like I don't hold it against him because he was, despite what Oni says, I still believe he was a fairly competent merchant who made mistakes, of course, but that's what makes humans human and not fucking what's the word? Deus Machina catch-all like Hollow is. Excuse me. So that's why I give it 7 point. I would give it an 8, but I feel like they misused Lawrence and leaned way too hard on the Hollow love train. It's like we
See,
get
we
it.
have the same
She's
complaint.
we get it. She's awesome. She's amazing. She can turn water into wine, but it's like it's enough. That's just how I feel about it.
We agree on that, just to differing degrees.
Yeah, right. All right. We are going to actually, because since we're already in the leftover section on any chart, just a quick, just so y'all know, we're gonna skip My Hero Academia for today, because to be honest, I did not watch it. I'm still sick. And yeah, just a lot of stuff happened very last minute, unexpectedly. So I did not have time to watch that. So my apologies. We'll have last week's episode and then this week's episode, and we'll be able to cover that. Wait. Oh, there's episode 9. Okay, so we'll be covering episode 9, 10, and 11?
No, there was an episode this week, so it was just episode 9 from last week.
Why do I have episode 9 here?
Because that was last week's episode.
So there was it there?
There was no episode this week.
There was none this week?
No.
Oh.
So you did see episode 9.
I did.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't see like any My Hero Academia, so
because I didn't know there was no episode of it this
week.
week. So I just assumed I missed it. Work. Well,
so do you want to talk about episode 9?
Absolutely, but we're already here. Let's do it. It's gonna be a very quick conversation in my mind. So yeah, My Hero season 7 episode 9. Speaking of things that felt like slime. Did you also love what felt like 6 minutes of everyone congratulating Todoroki on beating his brother?
I thought it was like I was watching a recap episode at first. Like, did they do like a recap? Why are we all still talking about this?
Oh my god, he beat Todoroki! Oh, he finally did it! He beat Todoroki! Oh god, he also beat Todoroki! I also know he beat Todoroki!
What happened just last week?
Like, bruh, this was in
the Todoroki dick ride.
Like, it's like, we get it. It's like, that feels so crazy. A fight that lasted for 2 seconds, like literally in 3 attacks. All for, and now 6, like, the time they spent congratulating him was longer than the fight itself. That's crazy.
I feel like I lost respect for Dabi and a lot of the villains if that was their... You're like, oh, how could he defeat Dabi? Well, it's impossible. It was pretty easy, actually. He did like 2 attacks each time. Dabi was not a threat at all. What are you talking about?
Like, at all. I mean, but also, to be fair, whatchamacallit, Todoroki was like his natural counter in almost every way.
Yeah, I guess so, but still,
he literally can withstand heat and also cool himself off.
It was still a quick takedown.
No, it was still, yeah, no, I still wanted a longer fight.
Also, so this brings up another issue I have with My Hero that kind of played into this episode as well. But like later on with the whole Judo and Crow versus All for One. I don't know. My suspension of disbelief is tested very heavily by the fact that these are all still high school students and they're not technically heroes yet.
What? They're heroes.
They're still in school. They're still in training.
But they're still they're
in training heroes. They're not like official.
They're not young. They're not official. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hate that angle. I wish they would have just graduated and had a time skip and then fought like All for One. It makes it more believable. Like, oh yeah, because as it is right now, it feels very much just like, why are these high schoolers just so fucking powerful that they're like on par with like All Might and Endeavor and all Miracle and all these other superheroes that are supposedly the strongest in the world. This is one time where I feel like a time skip would have really been beneficial.
Yeah, and it would have made sense.
Make it more believable. Because I'm not buying Jiro and Crow are going to do anything to. If Jiro and Crow manage to somehow incapacitate All for One in any way, shape, or form, I'm calling bullshit.
I mean, okay, so my counter to that is they got fucked up at the end.
Like, yeah, you know the typical.
They're not gonna. Yes, they're not gonna die from. They're not gonna die from it. But like, homegirl's ears, like he blew her ears off. Like, he blew her ears off.
He blew an ear off.
He blew. Oh, sorry. Okay, he blew an ear off. Homeboy, I don't know what the damage happened to him, but it's not looking great. I'm and speaking of, actually, because this kind of ties into my complaint. While the kids are out here trying to do the thing and incapacitate him, the fuck is Endeavor doing? Aren't you supposed to be his #1 hero? What the fuck are you getting? Why are you getting mad about? Like, why are you so dumb that you're getting provoked by All for One? Like, are you dumb? Like, this is not the time to be worrying about like this would have been the one time I should imagine him to like nut up and be like, I have faith in my son. Now I have to fight you because if I die, none of that like if I get taken down by him, none of this matters. Like, none of this matters, and we're all fucked anyways. So I just like I feel like it was just such a lazy angle to in terms of like this is how we're gonna incapacitate him so they all get like I'd rather you just hit him with a surprise attack. I would have been fine with that because it's like he's All for One. He has like a billion abilities.
Yeah, right. Because they really feel like they're like you could literally just make up any ability and give it All for One. Why don't you just do something like that and just make it way more believable than you baited Endeavor into
you got him what I mean. Mad
about he's literally the #1 hero. Why is he just
exactly
so
like
easily baited?
So yes, in that sense, I agree. Even though I feel like kids aren't too because like I said, they still they within by the end of the episode, it's giving yabai.
I feel like it's gonna be like yabai, and then Jiro's gonna be like, just as I planned, like throws her ear antenna thing, and then hits All for One and shocks him or.
That she doesn't have that power.
I don't know. She can amplify sound. She can probably, make a really loud noise in his ear or something.
I mean, listen. If you're right, then I'll agree.
She blows his brains out and he dies. She's the one who kills. She kills him. She saves.
We didn't need. We had the All Might Who, Deku Who, One for All. Who like
it's been Jiro the whole time.
It's been her the entire time. and just as he's about to come back up for air, that's when Momo snipes him. Momo snipes him and Ashida burns his body in acid.
Yeah, it's been plotted. It's all been foreshadowed the whole time.
Oh god, that'd make me come.
I mean, technically, they could do that. That's right in the purview of their abilities.
Okay, well, except for the Jiro one, that I don't see that
I think she can because she can amplify sound waves. I don't think they specify.
I don't think she's incapable of going into other people's brains and doing all of that. Also, I'm pretty sure because sound is literally sound, she would literally kill everyone in the vicinity. Maybe even herself. If she does that at a frequency like that, they all dead.
Okay, wait. Her ability is using her earlobes, she can direct the sound of her heartbeats into destructive blast and amplify her destructive power by using blah blah blah.
Oh, girl.
So she shoots out like the power of, she can amplify the sound of her heartbeats and like shoot that shit out.
Okay, so
Again,
that's not.
there's no
that's,
specify how many decibels.
That's not. I mean, enough that I feel like that's lethal, but that you would still have to get close to him and put her ear jack into his brain and go off. So and that's not happening.
Oh, well.
So
We'll see.
yeah,
We'll see.
rip the dream. Come back, Deku. God, anything else happen? Shout out for Hawks for still being that bitch.
Hawks was cool.
he's still so awesome. He's still so amazing. Like he truly has. Like he's just nutty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that shit's gonna go down. I know they're not gonna kill anyone, but I'm like, I hope they don't kill anyone. Like, I'm sorry, I don't hope they don't kill any of the students. I feel like the students. I feel like maybe one of them's gonna die.
I feel like
maybe
it's gonna be Aoyama. So like, I don't know, is he even there? Oh, yeah, he's there. He'll probably get killed.
There where?
He's in one of the fights, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he is in one of the fights. Yes, correct. Well, until then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we can finally start the new anime. Jesus Christ.
We have to talk about Mushoku.
I want to die. Next we have Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Part 2, Episode 12.
Yeah, it's the finale of second quarter, second season.
So, yeah, it's the sister wives meet each other. Yeah. And it was exactly as you called it, Oni, and everyone else. Not really much of a lick of what's the word I'm talking about? Pushback from Sophie.
I feel like Norn kind of like got everything Sophie would have said out anyway, so it was like,
Norn. First of all, Norn handled the death of her father so well. Like I've actually, this actually made me love her so much more.
Mm-hmm. You can really see how much she like matured.
Yeah,
blame Rudy for it.
Right, because old her would have been like, "It's all your fault, back up."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
why did you kill him personally?
But then she was like, "Girl, you don't have a hand."
Mm-hmm.
So,
maybe he did try.
Maybe he did try. First of all, Annalise buttering Sophie up was so fun.
Remember, he loves you.
Remember, he loves you. No matter how many wives he wants to fuck that aren't you. And yeah, not Norn potentially passing Aisha.
We're not going that far.
I don't know. I think she might for me, just maybe a little bit, just because she cussed him out for the whole cheating thing, even though it was Roxy's fault, which then she does turn to and start cussing her. She's like, "You bitch, how dare you walk in this house?"
Her roasting session was legendary.
I was like, Norn was actually an icon for this. Like I don't care.
Norn needs to join the school's drama club. That's what she needs to do.
Or just get a therapist. Yeah, that was, yeah, it went as I thought. Sophie smooth. Yeah, Sophie was like, let's talk woman to woman. And yeah, she was like, girl, I'll accept you. Sure.
I expected he was gonna cheat on me, so it's alright.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I knew this might happen, so
I am
Um,
curious because the show obviously leaves off with hinting at Eris coming back. If if Eris does come back next season and Rudy sleeps with her, is Sylphie going to be like, oh well, 3 times the charm?
oh, I wonder.
Like, what's her limit?
I wonder if he told her about Eris and like,
I'm sure he
and
had
maybe,
to have.
yeah, I think that might be the point of contention. Not even so much the third woman. It's like, oh, this is the one who
Oh yeah, she might hate him.
took
She
your
might hate him.
virginity and just dipped in such a horrible way. And I'm just like, yeah.
Okay.
And meanwhile, I'm like, yes, that's my toxic queen.
Like, this is the one who gave you ED. All right, Rudy, stand back. I got this.
Well, not stand. First of all, Eris, Eris would make Elsu out of
Stand
her.
back, Rudy.
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know. Listen,
I do know.
she's been downplayed because she's a wife and mother caretaker now, but she's still like a really powerful mage.
I agree. Eris still finna fuck her up.
I don't know. She might also
Eris-
have Roxy on her side. It might be 2v1.
No. We're talking about 1v1 hypotheticals. And Eris, first of all, Eris was doing what she was doing at the age of 10 while, you know, homegirl was, yeah, Sylvie was just being like, oh my god, my hair is different now. So Eris has only become stronger. She has only gotten faster and stronger.
Yeah, true.
She will eat Sophie and chew her out. Sorry, chew Sophie and spit her out. Not that I want them to fight.
Yeah,
Don't fight, girls.
clearly not. Don't want them to fight.
I'm like, I don't want them to fight. But if that happened, for whatever reason, Eris. Let's see. And then Sophie gives birth to a little baby girl.
Aww. Lucy.
Lucy, yes, that was her name. Thank you, because I forgot. And he sits down and he has like at the end it has this conversation with as dad's grave. And yeah, damn, I was like, this is the moment. I was like, oh my god, this is the moment. Like, he really, I don't know. I think it's really settled in that he's like, I kind of had to like let the trauma of my old life go in order to live this one and protect what I have now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, yes, actually, yes. So that was really, it was really nice. Like, it's like, yes, will I still forever side eye him for the way he acted at the beginning? Yes, because no matter what anyone says, I still think it's still giving low key pedophilia because you were still a 40-year-old at that time, an 11-year-old body, filling up on your sister. Not your sister, your cousin.
Mm.
But he has come so far and the redemption, and he has paid in spades for so much of his weird fuck ups and
just seeing his journey.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing his journey, like, for as much as he does fuck up, he does get better, slowly but surely. So I think
yes, it's like a really good slow build of his character.
Mm-hmm.
Like the payoff feels so good. That's why I'm so mad. I'm just like, why they have to make him? Why they have to make him like weird isekai pedo? Like, why do they have to do that? Why? Because my problem is with that is that I feel like you're going to turn off so many people from watching what is otherwise one of, I don't know, like essentially, like, I don't know. I feel like this is like an anime that defines this generation.
I feel like that's part of why, though, because it was so bold with making him such a irredeemable. Because if it was anything else, people would have been like, "That's not bad enough." Like, I mean, like, how many people defend Aaron?
I mean, wait, hold on. I feel like we could have had the same effect before the whole thing with the heiress. Like, he could have done like the whole him, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the shed thing was what was when it was just like, if you get me to almost want to stop watching an anime because I'm watching content that's making me uncomfortable, that is saying a lot. And for those of you who have watched our podcast, y'all know. I mean, only like even when as it aired, that episode aired, I was literally like being like, "Yo, I might have to drop this. Like, I might have to."
It was
Because
it was crazy. It was a struggle.
and I'm just like, I don't think we have to get to the point where even I would drop it without him making a loathsome piece of shit. There are so many other anime characters who are loathsome piece of shit without trying to diddle their cousins while they're a 40-year-old man in a child's body while she's asleep.
No, like I said, Rudy was a shitty person that got better.
Yes. That was all that. That's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying I wish that moment didn't happen because I feel like a lot of people, rightfully so, are like, "Oh, that happened. I'm dropping this. This is crazy." And I'm just like, "No, come back," because after that's the best part. Everything after is the best part. Like what we're up to now, and then he marries Roxy, and Norna and Aisha are so cute. Oh my god, they were so cute teasing each other before he goes to the grave, or something happened. Like I think he was doing swordsmanship with Norn. And I'm like, yes, another sword baddie, which I'm happy about. Because Aisha being the one that knows magic and Norn being the one who knows the sword is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is so funny. And yeah, when they were practicing with swords and I guess they took a quick break and then Norn is like, come here, I'm gonna get you. Like I was like, oh, like that melted my heart. I'm like, yay, we're back to being happy again.
Have more interactions with each other as time goes on.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna rate it.
Great. Oh shit! It is the last episode. Oh shit! It's me, huh? Episode part 2. I think. I'm gonna give it. Oh shit! I'm gonna give this a 10.
The legendary score.
I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm gonna give it a 10. In so long. Was there like a? But I really don't. I can't think of an episode I disliked. Because where does it start? Where did part 2, season 2, part 2 start from?
After Rudy and Sophie are already together and they got the house. So like it starts with them getting the house, and then we had the whole thing with Hoshi.
Hoshi, and then the sisters moving in.
And the sisters moving in, yeah.
And then that's when he leaves to go.
That's when he leaves, yeah. It feels like even though it was only 12 episodes, a lot
happened. That's a lot. Wow, I wonder why Slime can't do that.
Imagine if Slime crams it into 12 episodes.
How did it actually be good? Shit. I think. I don't know. Shit. I think it might be. It might be Damn, I think I might give this a 10. I'm really struggling to find a reason to not give it a 10. I'm literally struggling. I'm actually struggling. I'm like
There has
literally
to be
was it
something.
has to be something. But it's like animation, excellent. The like this core literally tackles, like you said, so many issues.
Mm-hmm. And had like a good blend of drama and action and romance.
Yes, it was just like a perfect, like it is a perfect mwah. And it wasn't, you know, all sweet and sunshine. Like some real sad shit happened. Like his mom is a vegetable. His dad got horribly killed, and it's just a lot. And then like the whole thing with Roxy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, and I was gonna say, oh god damn, I was gonna say 9.5 because I had a problem with how they handled the Roxy thing, but I'm just like, I actually don't, because like you said, Norn kind of was there to be like, excuse me, who the fuck, like, who the fuck are you to go cheating on your wife, da da da, blah blah blah, get the whole 9 yards,
Mm-hmm.
and then gave it to Roxy. So damn, she gave me my moment that I needed. Oh my god. I mean, it's like it's like I can't be mad that Sophie didn't do it, even though it's like, yes, in my heart of hearts would have made my pussy wet if Sophie did it 1,000%. But I already know Sophie is not that good. Like that's not in her,
Mm-hmm.
like at all. Cause she already hinted at, she was like, it's okay, you can have multiple wives. But not hint at it, she said it.
Yeah.
Um, and of course the characters, they're all like, not one of them feels wasted. It doesn't feel like a Rolodex of characters that you introduce and throw away for whatever, whenever. I mean, even though Slime does reuse, like they bring some characters back, so which I appreciated. But
Rolodex, you went into the boomer terminology for that one.
did I don't know? I always like saying
I know,
Rolodex.
that's a fun word.
It is. Um, but yeah, no, this was, and then the way everything was finished, like, excuse me, like literally him starting a family, taking care of people, like literally the responsibility just made him like man up and did what he had to do, but yet he's not, um what's the name? What's the name I'm looking for? He's no Kirito. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like I'm gonna solo do this and da 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 da. Like he was doing like no, and like in the core one, like just that shit that happened where it's just like, oh my god, Rudy, da 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 da, and then but then this second half, which just shows ultimately he's just not strong enough to just to beat or do certain things.
Yeah.
It shows how limited he is, and he's aware of these limitations, and that's what makes him grow and mature. Fuck yeah, it's a 10. 10, 10, 10s across the board.
And I will also give it a 10 to save the to save the spiel. Pretty much the same reason from
Yeah.
you. It kind of hit all the notes. Like literally, we had uplifting moments that were super happy and joyous, like the ending and seeing him and Sophie to get living together. We had like really dramatic and heartwarming, but like drama filled moments, like him, the whole relationship between him and Norn, Rudy's depression arc after his father died. We had good action scenes with the Hydra. This
not
was like
not depression arc.
it's the depression arcs.
Girl, it was an episode.
Well, I was talking also about Norn's little stint with depression that Rudy had to get her out of.
Oh, oh. Gotcha.
And then action was good, characters are great. Yeah, this was like pretty much just like it covered the whole range of everything, all emotions and styles, and it did such a good job of developing Rudy and Norn. I went from hating Norn at the start of the season to like
Norn, yes.
yeah, loving Norn now. She's great. She's actually one of the like best written characters I've seen in a long time. And she's just so fun. I love all the characters in the show a lot. Alina Elise was great this season. She got to show off how much her moments with Sophie after the wedding and them crying together when she realizes that Sophie's her granddaughter.
Oh my god, how did I forget about that?
It was like all these. It was crazy to think all of this was in one 12-episode season, but it was. So yeah, wow. It was incredible. I loved it. Can't wait for 2026 when we finally get season 3.